Hey guys, Doe here. Today I'm going to be making a new kind of video, obviously considering the title of the video, but really quick, I haven't really been making videos recently because I've been kind of lost as far as what I want to make them on, and I don't want my channel to focus mainly on a single game. Even so, I haven't really been playing Valorant or even League or anything that I've been playing that much consistently enough to the point where I can make a video off of it. So I'm just going to be experimenting for a little while, posting different kinds of videos, just to see what I enjoy making now. But yeah, if this doesn't really interest you, don't worry about it, you know. It's not going to interest everyone, I know that much. But yeah, let's just get into it. So today I'm going to be talking about my music taste and where they've kind of been throughout my life. I didn't really have one when I was younger. I mean, I kind of did. Obviously everyone kind of enjoys certain things. They enjoy listening to this or that, but I wouldn't say my music taste really developed on its own until I was in like 6th grade. And so I was kind of getting into like dubstep and, you know, a lot of kind of like techie or techno music, and so I was just like, okay, you know, this is pretty cool. I meant to say electronic music. Techno is not a good way to say that. I mean, maybe it is, I don't know, but I'm not super, how would you say, audio savvy, like, you know, the terminology. But let's say, yeah, I remember actually I started off liking this remix for Smash Bros made by this person named Arctic, and I know this because I not only had to get all the links for this video and you know, credit to the creators, but I actually had listened to this more recently just to remember, because I remember exactly what the song sounded like. I was pretty much obsessed with Brawl. Everything when I was like 10 was like Smash and Nintendo and all that, and I was just like super into it. And so I would go on YouTube, or at the time Google Play Music, and would look up remixes because I enjoyed dubstep remixes of the music I already had been listening to. So I looked up the Brawl theme and was like, oh wow, you know, this is like super cool. I really like this remix. But then came the next year, which was 7th grade, when I was like, I think 12 or 13, I'm not super sure. But around then I kind of like grew a very big, not hatred, just like I don't want to listen to dubstep kind of thing. In 7th grade there was probably like occasional songs that I'd listen to and stuff, but probably not anything like 6th grade for me, the year prior, aka was just dubstep pretty much. And it was just kind of like me starting to develop what I thought sounded good and kind of develop my own taste towards music and stuff like that. But 7th grade for me was the polar opposite, and it was like video game OSTs, exploring multiple of them, like mainly Zelda, and that kind of thing. And so I'd also listen to chiptune. I had a teacher at the time who also listened to a lot of video game OSTs and recommended me certain things, and so I was super into that. And I was also, like I said, into remixes of music, maybe not necessarily dubstep, just a general remix of any given song that I liked. And so there was this person I would follow at the time named Kumu, who is actually doing a lot better for themselves there, like right now, than they were then. I followed them when they were probably at around like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and now they're definitely getting a lot more like acknowledgement by other like music creators, content creators, you know, but whatever. But basically they were the first person that I like followed for music, and so I would listen to everything they'd put out, like without question, had like notifications on for them, stuff like that. And so one day they put out this song, or rather this remix of Beneath the Mask from Persona 5. And so I had no idea what Persona 5 was, and basically was strictly listening to like Nintendo music and remixes at the time. And I was like, oh, you know, let me see what this is, because I listened to everything they put out. I was like, damn, this Beneath the Mask song kind of good. And so that kind of led me to explore more video game OSTs, and prior to that I actually did not want to even hear what Undertale was about, because I heard that it had a terrible fan base, which is not necessarily how you should be judging a game, you know, based on its fan base. But I ended up later regretting that decision because Undertale has one of the best soundtracks that I've ever heard. Arguably like my top 3, like easily. I got Super Mario Galaxy up there. I have like the mix of the Zelda franchise, and Undertale is like undoubtedly up there. Every song in Undertale is just like really good, fits the game, and Deltarune too. Deltarune is just like super good. The games they're fun and the music fits them. It's just like overall a very nice thing. And so because of this, I kind of started to realize that maybe I shouldn't narrow down my music taste to just a genre. And so I kind of just like, what I like is what I like, and that led to the creation of my playlist called The Collection of Musical Tastes. And so this collection, or rather this playlist of the collection, is everything basically that I like currently in one playlist. And so I've had this done before, basically where I went from Google Play Music to SoundCloud. SoundCloud actually has a lot more because it dates back to 6th grade, because I got everything from Google Play Music into SoundCloud. So basically all my traces of music that I've liked from back then I still have currently. And so Spotify does not have as many options as SoundCloud does. You can kind of just upload whatever to SoundCloud. And so basically I got everything I could from SoundCloud, put in a playlist in Spotify, and that led to the creation of, the collection of musical tastes, which is basically the rule is if I like it, it's in the playlist, no exceptions. And so basically I'm going to talk about 10 songs that I really like from the collection of musical tastes. And so starting at number 1 is Cerno's Perfect Math Class. And so if you guys know anything about Cerno or anything, it's a Touhou song, and I actually got involved with Touhou songs and music in general through DDR, or Dance Dance Revolution. And so at the time I was playing a lot. I'd go every Wednesday to this arcade, and I'd go with my friends and we'd play DDR, and it's owned by Konami, so they have a ton of Touhou songs, and I would just play the shit out of them. Like easily my favorite group of songs. Led me to kind of rediscover Night of Nights. I'd known it by like listening to it, but not by name. And I've actually used that song in a video, and so you can kind of see where that comes from. The next song is Just Friends by Potsu, which is completely different genre of music. Like I said, this playlist is all over the place. It's kind of considered like lo-fi. I don't know if you want to call it rap. It's definitely not rap. I don't know where exactly it falls under, but it's lo-fi something. But yeah, it's definitely a more mellow song and compared to like any Touhou song, or especially like Night of Nights and Cerno's Perfect Math Class. But that was one of the songs that I got there from SoundCloud. Like I didn't know even who Potsu was. And funny enough, they're like the artist right now that I definitely follow and listen to other music. The next song is Hunting for Your Dream, which I'm sure most people don't know by name, but it's the second closing of Hunter x Hunter, and everyone knows Departure, which is the opening because it's super popular and it plays throughout the entire show. And they never changed the opening as far as the music goes. But Hunting for Your Dream is a song that I think is on equal terms to Departure. I think I like it honestly just as much, if not more sometimes. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling, but it's a really good song, and if you haven't heard it, highly recommend. Honestly, I recommend anything that I'm talking about right now, but it's of course my own music taste. And then the song after that is Spider Dance by Toby Fox. So like I said, Undertale, and for me, Spider Dance is easily like top 5 of the Undertale OST, no doubt. It's just like a song that's kind of stuck with me. I used it a lot on my old channel, and it's just like, I don't know, it's a fun song. I don't know how to explain it. If you know the fight that correlates with it, I feel like you'd like it even more. But it's just a fun song, and I really enjoy it. It's kind of stuck with me for a while. And the next song is Island Song, or Come Along With Me for people who don't know it by name. I didn't really know it by name until making this video, honestly. But it's definitely a more nostalgic song because while it came out kind of, not recently, it's not an old song, but it's made for Adventure Time, and Adventure Time ended not a few years, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while since Adventure Time ended. and that song was the closing for the show, and so they kind of made a new rendition of it, and that's why I added it to the playlist. I was just like thinking like, damn, I'm getting older, I'm aging, and the song kind of represents, in my opinion, when I was younger, because that was the first time I heard it. It's, I was like maybe 5 or 6 when Adventure Time started, and now I'm 19, so it's a pretty nostalgic song for me. But the next song, completely unrelated, not nostalgic or any emotion driven behind it, is Miku. And I mean the song Miku, not like Hatsune Miku, although it is sung by her, but you know what I mean. The Vocaloid song, if you don't know what Vocaloids are, I'm not even going to begin to get into it. There are definitely a lot more complexities behind a Vocaloid than I can even fucking understand or even explain. And so just know it is not necessarily a real person, but like a robot kind of. It's basically their instruments, but they're using kind of like a voice. And so there are a lot of people who make Miku songs, rather, so it's not like any one Miku song is by the same artist. They can be by different people. But yeah, Miku, I found out what Miku was when I was like 9 or 10. Like I remember the first video I watched of Miku's was like 10 years ago, and I had to look it up for this video. It's Even Polka. And that was like what introduced me to Miku, but at the time her music did not kind of fit the profile for what I listened to, and so I was just like, this is kind of good, but I'm not gonna like group with everything else because that's weird. And so I didn't group it, but I ended up listening to it. Now I still think I don't have Even Polka actually in the playlist, but it is a song that I would listen to kind of like when I wouldn't listen to anything else. It's very weird. It's kind of on its own thing. But next is Great Fairy Fountain, specifically the one from Zelda and Chill. And so we're kind of going back to lo-fi because Nintendo does not like putting their OSTs on Spotify. Surprise, surprise, right? But not gonna say anything because honestly, the lo-fi, or rather the Zelda and Chill one, is really good. It's a really good song, and while I don't prefer remixes right now, for the most part, like for me, it is almost there for like the original songs, because I know there's definitely multiple versions of the Great Fairy Fountain, but yeah, it's a good song. Zelda and Chill is really good. If you like lo-fi, definitely recommend it. Now the next one is La Vie en Rose, specifically the one by Roland Sedermark, and I did not have to look that up because I remember looking for him way back when. And next is Google Translate Take It Away Please.
Gdzie jest biały węgorz?
AKA Polish Cow. And so people outside of my small friend group are probably wondering why I'm grouping these two, which I didn't say, but yeah, I'm grouping them into one because they're both synonymous with each other for me. And so the first one I found through a funny little video called Le Fish, and it's playing the song La Vie en Rose, and it's literally just a fish in a bathtub, and it's not moving. It's a picture, and it says Le Fish in like fancy characters, and that is it. And I thought that was funny, and so did some of my friends. And so at the time I'd started a Minecraft server with like everyone, friends of friends, my friends, their girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever it may be. Everyone was invited to that server, and I had a group texture pack that everyone could download, and they had Le Fish and what I'm getting into next, which is Polish Cow, aka I don't really know how to say that, but basically yet another video of funny animal. And so this cow had like maybe 4 frames of dancing, of it just going back and forth, and I'm like, that is so funny. I'm gonna put that in Spotify, and it's actually a song about depression and drugs, and that, that's cool, but it's going in the playlist because I like it. That's just, that's the rule. That's how it goes. And so I was just like, yep, there it is. And I already had heard La Vie en Rose from Wally because it's a super popular song with like I don't know how many different renditions, but yeah, there's definitely multiple versions of that song that I'm sure at some point in your life you've heard. And then the next song is a song that I don't think most people know by name, is Iao. And while making this video, I think I noticed a pattern This is another case of funny song, funny animal, and this time it's a cat. And they got the bongo cat in there as well as this cat for the video, which is singing, and you can't really tell it's the lyrics. You can kind of tell that it sounds like speech, but you can't really understand what they're saying until you read the lyrics. But it's super vague. It's talking about like stars and stuff like that, and it's just a cat just like dancing around, like doing nothing, and it's just a silly little video. Trying to see. Then last song we got, which is a little bit strange probably for some people, is AMV by Little Darky, which, not gonna lie, when I first heard this song a couple years ago, I did not like this song at all. My friend Lucas showed it to me in his house, and it was really loud, and if you haven't been able to tell, a lot of the music I like is kind of timid, and like really calm. But over time, when I started playing more like rhythm games and stuff, I started enjoying more fast-paced music like Camellia, and you know, stuff like that. Electronic music again, actually, funny enough, it's coming like almost full circle, not to dubstep yet, but it's definitely coming back to electronic music. And so I don't know what it was, but one day a flip just like switched my brain, and I was like, this song is good. It's really fast, and if you haven't seen the animation for the video, I recommend literally after this video looking it up. It's gonna be in the description. Look up, or rather watch AMV by Little Darky. It's super cool. They made a whole animation for it, and it's literally two guys fighting over a lighter, and the animation is super well done. But I mean, yeah, that's just been the video about me talking about my music taste and ranting. I actually have an original version of this audio where I was kind of going off a script, but I thought I sounded really robotic, and so I kind of vaguely followed the script just to know that I should keep the same pacing, kind of like, you know, continue talking without stopping. But yeah, this video's been definitely a lot more work to make because I had to get more links and, you know, credit more people in the description and stuff like that, and rather than recording gameplay, I actually have to you know, put things on screen myself because there's no background. I'm not talking over a game. I have to kind of do all of these things myself. And honestly, I enjoyed making this video. It's kind of just like a rant a little bit, but I guess from viewer to, I don't know what you'd call me, content creator, if you even want to call me that, kind of have a little bit more of an understanding about what I like. And yeah, I enjoyed making this video, and if you enjoyed watching it, then I'd appreciate any sort of support. I want to upload more videos that are kind of different and just kind of experiment around with what I end up doing for content. But yeah, till next time.